you think men are important?
Like for what?
You guys can do that yourselves, but I'm not going to get you out of the slump. Sorry.
Did you know that many Americans believe women are better leaders than men? According to a study by the Pew Research Center, Americans generally prefer women as political leaders. When it comes to valued qualities like intelligence and honesty in a political figure, they tend to favor women. But let's be honest, is this perception entirely accurate? Are there areas where men might also excel or even have advantages? Watch this video to explore whether men really don't rule the world. Before we start, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so you won't miss a thing. Why do men rule the world? A question that should be asked. Sticking to scientific facts, scientific studies suggest that traits commonly associated with leaders include ambition, sociability, curiosity, and higher IQs. Well, do men run stuff because they have a much more suitable brain than women? Men's brains are 10% bigger than women's brains. Since the beginning of history, men have often been the dominant figures in family and political life, and in most other areas as well. Biologically, men tend to develop more muscle, which has historically led them to take on outdoor and labor-intensive roles. This in turn has reinforced the perception of men as powerful and women as more passive.
What the hell are we gonna do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up, these men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers, they're up on the power lines, in the storms and the rain.
So men have always run the world because for a long time, that was the expectation. How many women pursue things such as building homes, roads, bridges, plumbing, electrical work? Almost none. How many women are in the US military? The US Naval Institute has declared that men represent 82.5% of the DoD active duty force, while women represent 17.5% of the DoD active duty force. There are very few jobs where women are significantly better than men, but there are many jobs where men are significantly better than women. Men often show a higher tendency to take on leadership roles. Leaders are mainly seen to have masculine traits and characteristics similar to men and not to women. Thus, men are ascribed agentic characteristics, describing them as aggressive, ambitious, dominant, forceful, independent, self-sufficient, self-confident, and prone to act as a leader. For instance,
we shall not flag or fail. We shall go on to the end.
Winston Churchill's leadership was characterized not only by his inspirational speeches, but also by his deep involvement in military strategy. Together with US President Franklin Roosevelt and Soviet Premier Joseph Stalin, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill.
I promised you blood, toil, tears, and sweat. And your untiring response brought us, in the end, victory over Germany.
Led the Allied armies to victory over Adolf Hitler and the Axis powers in World War II. Today, Churchill is celebrated as a symbol of courage and resilience, and his leadership during crisis periods is widely studied for insights. It's unclear whether leadership tendencies are more influenced by biology or society. However, it is noted that many leaders exhibit sociopathic traits, and studies suggest that men are more likely to display such tendencies. This could play a role in why men are often in leadership positions. So the challenge is that many people look at society and think that in order to have a good society, men and women need to be equally represented. Do you think that is true? We should reject modern thinking and dig deeper now. Let's consider another important question. How? Well, how do men rule the world? Stick to the video and watch until the last minute. Think with us and drop your thoughts. A quick review of recent news headlines, both locally and internationally, suggests that perhaps the long-standing patriarchal system has had some merit over the past 12,000 years. Don't believe me? As Dr. Brink would say, let's follow the evidence. Men are known for their stronger physics. From the old times and in many early hunter-gatherer societies, men often took on the role of hunters due to their generally larger physical stature and greater muscle mass, which could be advantageous in tracking and killing large animals. Plus, men often took on roles as craftsmen, builders, and laborers, constructing everything from homes to monumental architecture like pyramids and temples. And then came the age of exploration, where men started to get curious, driven by a sense of adventure and the pursuit of wealth. They started sailing across oceans to discover new lands and trade routes. The period was marked by a curiosity to explore beyond known boundaries. It's where America has been found. Moreover, men have been prominent as inventors and innovators, contributing significantly to technological and scientific advancements. Men's focus and determination to achieve their goals have indeed been a driving force behind many significant inventions. A notable example is Thomas Edison. Edison, known for his invention of the phonograph, the motion picture camera, and, most famously, the electric light bulb, demonstrated remarkable tenacity and focus. The mechanisms through which men maintain control are multifaceted. Thus, economically, men often hold more senior and higher-paying roles, controlling significant corporate and financial resources. Politically, men continue to outnumber women in most legislative and executive positions globally, such as presidents, prime ministers, and representatives, which allows them to shape laws and policies that govern economic and social systems. Men tend to be more decisive than women.
We don't submit to terror. We make the terror.
Well, let's face reality.
Mom, why can't I get new clothes? What the fuck? Nothing fits me! God damn it!
On a daily basis, women are indecisive about what to wear. So what about being indecisive when it comes to ruling a whole country, or to say, the whole world? John F. Kennedy, does this name ring a bell? Who doesn't know Kennedy? He won the presidency in one of the closest elections in U.S. history, defeating Vice President Richard Nixon in 1960. His inaugural address, offering the famous challenge,
"Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country."
"Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country," is highly memorable. Moreover, men often exhibit a desire to assert dominance over their peers, which can drive them to make quicker and potentially more impactful decisions. This competitive spirit, prevalent in many male-dominated environments, can lead to decisive leadership, fostering a culture of rapid response. Men often exhibit a heightened level of aggression when it comes to asserting dominance over others. This competitive nature has often been instrumental in their roles as leaders and warriors. A stark illustration of this can be seen in the figure of Genghis Khan, the founder and first great Khan of the Mongol Empire. Renowned for his fierce approach to leadership, Genghis Khan commanded his armies with an iron will, using aggressive strategies to conquer vast territories and decimate his enemies. Men are often characterized by their problem-solving abilities, particularly in high-pressure or complex situations.
Painting is a fake. I've solved it. I figured it out.
This skill is highly valued in various fields, from engineering and technology to leadership and emergency response. Alan Turing, ever heard of him? He is a mathematician and logician. During World War II, Turing played a pivotal role in decoding the Enigma machine, which was used by the Nazis for military communications. His innovations not only involved creating the bomb, a machine used to decrypt Nazi codes, but also laid foundational concepts in computer science and artificial intelligence.
This is such a crock of shit.
Look outside. Buildings, done by men. Routes, done by men. Firms, done by men. Wealths, done by men. Electricity, done by men. Cars, done by men. And even the Viagra pill was invented by men. As Jordan Peterson says, people take everything they have for granted, failing to understand that there's a massive infrastructure of unbelievable, hardworking, solidly laboring, working-class men breaking themselves in half on a regular basis, making sure that everything that always breaks works. Men do rule the world. It is not just okay to be a man, it is necessary. Men are more ambitious, creative, able to work outside, work longer hours, work more dangerous jobs, and these things are hidden under the idea that there's no gender equality. What do you think? Do men rule the world? Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comment.